Hello friends, welcome to our exciting conclusion of our old school gauntlet. Yesterday's game featured a mono blue Merfolk deck that took down the mono green budget deck. That mono green budget deck went 0-2. So we're going to bring back the Lion Dib Bolt deck from the first game to face off against the mono blue Merfolk deck from the second game and see which one of these three decks will have the best record after a short gauntlet. So Lion Dib Bolt is going to be on the right on the Ancestral Recall playmat. Mono Blue Merfolk will be on the left on the GP Minneapolis Loading Ready Run Paul Bunyan Babe the Blue Ox playmat. We'll give these decks a cut and a quick shuffle for simulation. We'll roll, let's say the Mono Blue Merfolk deck calls odd, and it's a 6 again. So Lion Dib Bolt is going to go first this game. We'll draw 7 and then see if we're going to keep those. We have lands and spells, no creatures, but we could try it. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that. Okay, we'll draw 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lion Dib Bolt has lands, spells, perfect. We got a couple different colors: Island Plains, City of Brass, Felwar Stone, Counter Spell, Lightning Bolt. Pretty solid. So Lion Dib Bolt is going to go first because it won the roll. It will start by, let's go ahead and, yeah, that's an interesting start. We're going to start with City of Brass. We're going to tap that for red. We're just going to start with Lightning Bolt. Classic bolt to the face. We're going to take a damage from the City of Brass to 19, but the opponent takes 3 down to 17. And we'll draw, and we'll play a land. We're going to play an island. Pretty cool start here. We can magical hack, but we can't magical hack the City of Brass. And we could play Draftness Restoration, but they don't have any artifacts in the graveyard, and we need another blue for Merfolk Assassin. So we just have to pass. Untap, draw. We got Savannah Lions, which is perfect. So we'll play the Plains here. We'll tap that for white. We'll play the Lions, which is a 2/1 creature. We got 4 cards in hand. We'll pass the turn to the Mono Blue Merfolk deck. We got another island. Let's play that. And let's go ahead and play the Merfolk Assassin. We'll tap 2 blue for Merfolk Assassin. It can also tap to destroy creatures that have Island Walk. It's a 1/2. So what would happen if it blocked or attacked the Savannah Lions? They would both trade and destroy each other. So that may slow down the Lion Dib Bolt deck. We're going to untap, draw a card. We have a balance. Let's play a land. Let's play an island. And then we're going to tap 2 colorless. We're going to play a Felwar Stone, which is an artifact. Gives us mana, 1 mana equal to the colors the opponent can cast, which in this case is only blue. We're not going to attack with Savannah Lions because it would just get rid of the Merfolk, so we're just going to pass and build up our board state here. We drew another island. Let's go ahead and play that. We could, they have an island, so magical hack might help us. We could also boomerang. Let's do that. Let's tap, could save the boomerang, because I think in this case I would attack with the Merfolk, knowing that I have this boomerang. So if he blocked with the Savannah Lions, we could boomerang the Lions and do the damage. But I think in this case, since we're still at 19, we're gonna just take the 1 damage and go to 18. And we'll pass the turn there. No magical hack, no Draftness Restoration yet. Untap our lands, draw for turn. We got an island. Let's go ahead and play the other island. We could counterspell anything now. we could balance, and that won't help. So we could attack because they're open. So we'll swing for 2 with the Savannah Lions, and in this case, I think we're just gonna boomerang. We're gonna tap 2. We're gonna cast boomerang. We're gonna try to bring that Savannah Lions to its hand, but we're also gonna, this player on the Lion Did Bolt is going to counterspell the boomerang. There's a spell battle for you. So boomerang gets countered. Counterspell goes to the graveyard. Lion gets through for 2. So we're gonna put Merfolk at 15. And then we're gonna pass the turn here. Unless we cast balance. Balance would make us lose a land, but make them discard cards. So we might hold off on balance 1 more turn. We'll pass over here to Merfolk, untap, draw. We drew another Draftness Restoration. Not the best card in this situation, but we'll play a basic land. We'll play our island. And we can attack with Merfolk Assassin again. Put this player at 17. Okay. That's all we can do, really. We can magical hack something. But they have access to blue. They have access to white with the City of Brass, so we'll just save that, I think. And we'll pass a turn. We're gonna untap and draw. We got Recall, that's pretty good. Recall lets us discard X cards from our hand and take X cards from the graveyard and put them into your hand. Remove Recall from the game afterward. So in this case, balance isn't gonna help us too much. City of Brass will hurt us, so we're just gonna do Recall for 2. We'll tap a blue for the Recall. We'll tap Fellwar Stone for a colorless, and we'll tap this Island for a colorless. So we're gonna cast Recall for 2. We're gonna pitch Balance and City of Brass, and we're gonna go ahead and get Counterspell and Lightning Bolt. So Recall is exiled, City of Brass and Balance are now in the graveyard. Now we have a Counterspell and a Lightning Bolt. We are gonna tap City of Brass for red. We're gonna take a damage and go to 16. We're gonna cast Lightning Bolt on this Merfolk Assassin. We're gonna get it out of the way. Then we move to combat. We're gonna swing with 2 for this Lions, and that will get through and put Merfolk player at 13. Okay. Slow and low. Keep Counterspell. We can't cast Counterspell next turn, but we have it if we need it. We'll draw a card. We have a Clone, which is pretty good. So we're gonna tap. We're gonna play this island, and then I think we're gonna clone the Savannah Lions. We'll tap 4 mana over here, all blue, but we'll clone a Savannah Lion. So now we have a Savannah Lions of our own. And we have to pass the turn. I guess we could magical hack something if we wanted to make it an island, but we don't need to yet, so we'll just pass. Untap. Draw a card. Another island. Let's go ahead and play that island. Now we can counterspell anything we want. We're not going to attack because we'll just trade, so we'll pass the turn. Merfolk will untap the islands, draw a card. We've got another island. Let's just go ahead and play that island. And yeah, and pass the turn. Okay, untap, draw. We got a mountain with our little bolt art on it. We'll play the mountain up here. We'll keep the counter spell, pass the turn, untap, draw. Energy flux, this requires all artifacts to have an upkeep of 2 additional. So let's do that. That's actually pretty good in this situation. We were gonna tap a blue and 2 colorless, and we're gonna play energy flux. However, we have this counter spell, so we're gonna tap the 2 blue. We're gonna counter spell the energy flux. That was a great counter there. Next, we will pass the turn with our Savannah Lions. It's not gonna help us yet, and we'll draw. That's pretty nasty. Okay. Draftness Restoration, not yet. Magical Hack Island doesn't help. So Lion Did Bolt is gonna tap 2 blue for the control magic, which gains control of target creature. We're going to tap a red and Felwar Stone for colorless, for the 2 colorless. We're going to control magic, the cloned Savannah Lion, so we'll bring that over to this side. That's pretty wicked. Now we'll move to combat and we'll swing for 4, and that's going to get through, put them at 9. That's pretty good. Now out of cards in the Line Dib Bolt deck, we're going to pass the turn to the mono blue Merfolk. We're going to draw another island. We're getting flooded here. We might as well just tap one of these. We'll magical hack that plains, I guess. We'll make that plains an island, just so that we can island walk if we need to. And then they don't have any artifacts, so we can't do Draftman's Restoration, so we have to pass the turn. So we're going to untap our Savannah Lions'. Draw for turn. We drew another Savannah Lions. Holy smokes, this is looking pretty good. So yeah, magical hacking the plains was great because we have to tap City of Brass now to cast Savannah Lions, but we're going to move to combat first. We're going to swing for 4. We'll put this Merfolk deck at 5. Then we're going to tap City of Brass for white, take a damage going to 15 to cast our 3rd Savannah Lions. That would get through for lethal next turn. We'll pass it over here to the Merfolk deck. Not looking good. We drew a boomerang, which saves us. So we'll play a land, we'll play an island. And we will, what will we do? Let's do that. Let's tap 2 blue. We're going to cast Boomerang, returning target permanent to owner's hand. So we're going to Boomerang the clone, if you recall. The clone was actually in our hand, our creature, so we put the clone in our hand, which means the control magic goes to the graveyard. And Boomerang goes to our graveyard. So now we have a clone and 2 Draftman's Restorations in our hand. We do have enough mana to cast a clone again, so we'll tap 4 islands, 4 blue for a clone. We'll clone a Savannah Lions with 2 Draftman's Restoration and pass the turn. Now we'll untap, we'll draw 1 card over here. We drew a Serendib, a Freet. We're gonna tap a blue and 2 colorless. We're gonna play Serendib. We'll go ahead and attack with the 2 Savannah Lions, hoping that they block the 1 Savannah Lions and let the other one through, which is exactly what's gonna happen. So this clone Savannah Lions is gonna block that Lions. This Lions is going to die, but this Lions gets through for 2. This Merfolk deck will be at 3. We'll pass the turn, and then I think it'll be 3 damage from the Freet next turn, which is game over. We drew a Fish Liver Oil, which is an enchant creature, and it gives creatures island walk ability, which does not help us here. So we're gonna untap, take a damage from the Freet to 14, draw a card. It's a Spirit Link, which is even better. Let's go ahead and tap the City of Brass for white, take a damage going to 13. We're gonna Spirit Link the Freet and move to combat. 3 in the air, 2 on the ground. That's gonna be 5. That's gonna be a good game. So Line Dib Bolt is the classic. Right now, that's the favorite to take with to Vegas. So let me know in the comments what you thought of that game, what you think of these matchups, and we'll see you there. Thanks, everyone.